Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute, but finally got these bunch of pistols I bought a while ago now. However, we're going to be looking at one today and the rest will look at future videos. I put an order in with WGC. UPS have had this shipment for like 25 days now. I had to jump through so many hoops. They kept putting back the delivery date again. And I got absolutely burned on the import. So what you guys got to remember is buying this stuff overseas, sometimes it's okay, other times you get burnt. So I bought the new Arcturus Hi-Capa. I picked up a Umarex Glock 17 Gen 5 MOS. I also picked up a couple of D-Tonics because we're going to be doing something with those, but let me get these out of the way. So I put in an order. It was a fairly pricey order. I also bought an RMR plate for the Glock Hi-Capa. I bought a bunch of mags for this as well. We'll get to this one in a future thing. But I hit quite a big charge. It was about 230, 240 pounds. 95 pounds of that was in brokerage fees, but maybe it's because obviously it kept getting delayed. But honestly, what can you do? It's the risk you take, unfortunately. It doesn't happen all the time. But today, we're going to be looking at this new Arcturus Osprey. I think this is the Osprey. I'll be honest with you, I ordered it that long ago. I can't actually remember. So yeah, Osprey 5-inch split slide performance refined edition with optics ready slide and ARS 1-1 red dot combo and CNC aluminium adjustable blowback house. That's a mouthful that is, but I ordered this. I saw it. I've never touched anything from Arcturus before. These brands always pop up, and you've never heard of them before. I know they've been doing a lot of electric stuff. When they started doing some Hi-Capas, I was kind of like, meh. But then this one came out, and I was intrigued by it, so I decided to buy it. So we're going to open this up and see what we've got. So we have a little pamphlet here, which is obviously for the red dot, because this pistol does come with the red dot, which is why I bought it. Some QR codes on there where you can get your manual. And our take on the ideal competition pistol. Box packaging is actually pretty damn good. We'll take the pistol out here. What's that? So that's a grub screw. What's that? A grub screw and a pin. I've got no idea what those are for. I'm not sure if they fell out the pistol or there's something to do with the red dot. I'm really not too sure there. So what we'll do, that's a bit alarming, but we'll put those in a little baggie and put it to one side in case we need it. So we get the red dot in here. What else have we got in this package? So, oh, there we go. That might be a... something's happened here. So this is opened and we've got bits floating around. It says V6. What did I do with that bag? There it is. So these bits have obviously fell out of this little parcel because it's become untaped. We'll take that back up. V6 and V2. That must be to do with like red dot plates or something. We've got a cleaning and unjamming. Oh god, we've got more bits in here. Oh dear. I'm not sure what these bits are for. We've got another tiny little grub screw. Some screws and some little plastic wedges of some kind. Again, I have no idea what that's for. I'm sure we'll find out in due course. What I'll probably do at some point is I'll download the manual and see what it says. But at least everything's in there. The box kind of captured it all. Hopefully nothing fell out during transit. So we'll take a look at the pistol first. Get this unwrapped here. This comes on the back of me picking up that new DOR from Marui, the 4.3, which I really like the styling of. And I'll be honest, they've got other models from Arcturus, but this one was one that caught my eye with the way that the grip is. And this is a split slide Hi-Capa that has an RMR or red dot mount on the barrel here. The barrel is fixed in place. Good. Means it's going to be accurate. We're threaded for traces and such. We've got a hop-up wheel on top of the the sort of barrel section, so it sits right above the hop unit. So it'd be nice and easy for you to adjust. And of course it's a split slide, which probably means this is going to be very responsive. Kind of futuristic style in there. Got a mag. What I'm going to do, I'm going to squirt a bit of gas in. Now I've run out of propane, so again, to do a lot of testing with propane, but we're just going to charge this up with some green gas today. It's got a venting valve, which is nice. Some companies are learning. It's taking forever to fill. Why is that taking so long to fill? It's only a small mag. Wow. The mag's getting colder, but it doesn't seem to be filling up. The mag's getting very cold. It's not yet spitting the liquid gas. We'll leave it there. That's just swallowing gas. There's no way that mag holds that much gas, but we'll have to let that warm up because that is now frosty cold. So have a look. We can see we've got a blue blowback unit. Apparently this is adjustable. How we take this apart, I'm not too sure, but it's a 5-inch Hi-Capa. We've got a fixed barrel, like I said before, with an RMR section. Hop-up wheel is very accessible. We don't have to strip the pistol down. We don't have to set the slide back. We can just do this on the fly with your finger or your nail or whatever. Railed bottom for lights and stuff. It's got very futuristic styling on the grip. And does the thumb... I think the thumb safety... Again, this is like a thumb safety delete. It doesn't really move all that much, so we can still pull the trigger when we're not pressing it. So even though it's there, we don't have to press it to actuate the trigger. So let's see what the trigger is like. Right on the break point there. The reset's not very nice. Like there's no feeling to the reset. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a bad pistol. How this comes apart, I'm not sure. I'm imagining we do those two screws. Now, one looks, this one on the right here, to my eye looks rounded, but we can see if that's the case. We just need to find our 2mm Allen key, which I'll have one here somewhere. There it is. So I imagine we loosen these screws. Oh, it's not actually rounded, it just looks a bit rough. I'm guessing here, I've never dealt with this pistol, I've not looked at the manual. My viewers are very split. People moan at me for not looking at the manual, and then other people, when I look at the manual, moan that I'm a man and I'm looking at the manual. So sometimes you just can't win. So we'll line up that, we'll pop the slide release out. I'm guessing we just do those two screws and that enables us to remove the slide, which is correct. Pretty usual looking. I'm not sure if this is compatible with Tokyo Marui parts, but it looks very similar. Really fancy looking blue blowback unit there. Let's see how we see if we can take. Oh, actually, it feels like it comes apart very, very nice. Very, very short recoil spring because we're not having to reciprocate the full slide. The only reciprocating mass is this rear piece. We have a fixed top and barrel, which is nice. Means the gun's going to be accurate and consistent because nothing's moving. We can see if we can actuate this hop and see if we can see it here. So you turn this counterclockwise for more hop. And we can see it coming down to the barrel there. That's fully on, it has stopped. And then we can turn it off like that. Feels nice. That might be where we've got the spare grub screws for, because it looks like there's two tiny little grub screws here. So that could be what that's for. The plate on the top of the barrel, which will be where you're fitting your red dots. Now, what I will say, I think this pistol does, or is sold as well without the red dot. I just thought saved me having to go and source another red dot. At the moment, I'm buying red dots left, right, and centre, and I'm not finding like a reasonably priced RMR or SRO. I had one that I bought off eBay, which is really good, and then I've bought more from like AMO. I got a Holy Warrior RMR, which is one of the worst RMRs I've ever bought. The red dot on it is quite possibly the worst I've ever seen. But we take that off. We've got threaded holes here, which I presume is for RMR, and then the close together ones, which should be like the Shield RMS and stuff like that. So plenty of thread there. It's obviously something that's not moving as well, so you're going to be able to keep your eyes on that red dot. It's going to be, I imagine, going to be low recoiling, high cycle rate, low recoil, nice and accurate. Not really built for realism and recoil, but built for precision and accuracy. We'll have a quick look in here before we go any further. So in here, we should have our red dot. Now, we've got a cleaning cloth. We've got a tool, which is nice. I always like it when companies give us tools like this that are just super easy. You can put that in your kit bag, and it's, you know, what you need to adjust your sight. So we'll pull the sight out here. The sight does come with a cover, however, no battery, which is slightly annoying, so I'm going to have to find one. Can we take this cover off here? So it's very RMR-esque with some slightly different style. We've got buttons on the right and left. Now, I can feel the buttons doing something, but there's no like positive click. So this tool that we have here is obviously what we'll use to, or you could use to adjust your red dot. So not very nice clicks on the adjustment. Not sure what the other end's for. We've got two holes, or two like little bits that stick out. I'm not sure what that's for. Doesn't look like that index with anything in particular, but we might find that out later. So yeah, red dot comes with it. I'll go grab a battery for that in just a second here. And with red dots, looking through cameras, as you guys have known from previous videos, it's very hard. So you're just going to have to take my word for it when I look through it, whether it's going to be good or bad. So the rear of the slide here, we've got a bit sidetracked. We've got some CNC parts in there. I'm not sure how. It says this is adjustable. Now, I'm not sure what that means. Whether we've got different cuts on this piston to adjust it, or I would have to have a look through the manual, which doesn't come in the box, but you have to scan a QR code. So I'm going to quickly go grab a battery, and I'll be back in just a moment. Right, yeah, I recently bought one of these AMO ones, and this is an SRO. So I bought two AMO red dots. I bought an SRO and I bought a Acro. The Acro was really, really good. However, this one has got that weird. So basically the lowest setting is on, and then you can go to like literally the surface of the sun, but the lowest setting on it is very bad. It's far too bright. You get a lot of bloom off it, but we're not here to talk about this. I just want the battery. Again, these AMO ones came with no battery. They were bought in the UK. So I had to, I'm taking that off, I really don't need to. I'm messing this up here. Right, let's put that back on. Apologies, normal service will resume shortly. We'll spin this cap off here. We want to take that battery out, which would be a 2032. Going to shove that in the box because I'll probably never use it. The thing is garbage. Right, so the red dot, we'll be placing it in like that. Let's take a quick look. So this should be working. So I can see the dot. Let's turn it down. We can go down a fair amount. Now you're not going to be able to see that. Let me... Oh, there you go. You can see it. So that's the dot. That's on its lowest setting. On camera like that, it doesn't look half bad. To the eye, there's a lot of bloom off it. So it's very, the dot's very distorted. It is better than the AMO one. See if we can turn it off here. Yeah, we just hold the lowest setting, but you know, this comes with the pistol. So now what's interesting to me is what is in these bags. So we've got V2. So we've got some spares. We've got a spare seal, a spare gasket for the mag. We've got a couple of Allen keys. We have like an eye key. If you remember the Hadron eye keys from years ago. We're going to focus there. Let's pick that back up before I lose it. So we've got an eye key. We've got a couple of O-rings. So that's what's in V2. I don't know why it's labelled as V2. So let's put those back in there. I'm not sure if it has an eye key installed. But everything in that parcel is in here. Now it says it has a CO2 recoil spring, which might be in this one. Now we have those bits we collected in a bag. We have a plate. We have some more Allen keys. There's another little grub screw in the bottom there. So it comes with this plate, but I'm not sure, do we have to fit that, or can we put the red dot directly onto the barrel? So we do come, it does come with screws. We have these little plastic wedges. So what we can do, we can have a gander, see what's under here. Let's have a look. So we pull these two screws off with a 2mm Allen key, like that. We have the threading directly on the barrel, which lines up, so we can mount that directly on the barrel, which is nice and low. So why would we need this? Because it has the same pattern. Now, it might be just a case of fitting different red dots. It could just be like an adapter plate. So now that, yeah, so it lines up, and then we've got different spaced and threaded holes. So I think this is just like a plate that you would use for using different red dots that perhaps aren't compatible. Now these little black wedges, no idea where they go. Again, I'm gonna have to look through the manual. So what I would do, if we can, obviously we'll take that plate off. We can fit this directly onto the pistol itself. We've got a bunch of screws here. So I think they're all different lengths. So that one is the longest. We've got plenty of thread on the barrel. So we use the longest screws. That one and that one. Because I would like to mount this red dot very low indeed. And if we don't, that's obviously that's a steel plate. It feels steel, but not that it is. No, it's not magnetic, but some kind of like zinc cast. But we can get this fitted directly onto the barrel, nice and low, and I really do like that. So it says there's a CO2 spring, but I haven't seen one. So there's nothing in this box that I saw. There's nothing, there's nowhere for it to be. I don't think it was in here. No, that's empty. It's not in here with the cloth. So we've got everything else on the box. We just don't have the CO2 spring. That might be, who knows. We'll carry on. There's nothing else left in that box, in that envelope. So we'll put that in there. I'm not sure what the grub screws are for. To me, it would just be spares for the top slide thing that I showed you earlier. Let's put all this safely back in here. We'll put that plate back in. We'll close that off. I don't plan on using this without the red dot, but we'll take a bag. We'll put the blanking plate back in there with the screws to fit it, of course. That can go in there, that can go in there. Cleaning cloth, spares. We've obviously got the cover, we can put that on there for now. Still fits on the pistol nicely. And let's get this fitted back on. So slide this back in. Recoil spring first. Silly Billy. I think I might have just put the screws away to attach the barrel back in. Question is, if the slide's on, can we still remove that? No, because obviously it's held in by that piece there. So I need to get them screws back out. It should probably be the small ones. I know it was a bit rough looking. I think that was the screws. Put these back in. Which will secure our barrel. Which obviously keeps it nice and tight to the frame, stops it from moving. And there we go. Magazine has warmed back up. Still a little bit chilly, but should be more than good enough for what we want to do. Let's put all these parts back in here. There we go, we can put our tool in there for the red dot. Right, we've got some gas in this. I'm not sure if it's full. It was like the valve was purging, but we never got there, so 0.25 gram BBs. And we'll load this thing up. So got our red dot on there. Let's have a look at that. Not turning on. There we go. We hold it down. The brightness we can only take down so far. There we go. Anyway, 0.25 gram BBs. The hop is all the way off for start. So we'll load around. We'll see if it falls out. It does. So we're going to turn the hop on a little bit. Do it again. No BB falls out, so we're set to 0.25 gram BBs, and let's give this Osprey a go. 0.995 joules on a 2.5, that's good. 1 joule, 0.964, 0.949, 0.93, 0.902. 0.887, we're dropping off already. 0.887, 0.882, 0.867, 0.869, 0.843, 0.851, 0.84. So we started about a joule and then we're gradually going down here. But I'm just going to shoot the rest of these BBs off, so we'll try and do it as quick as possible. We're out of juice before we can finish the mag, which is weird because that mag felt like it was filling forever. Could this be another gas pistol that's let down by the magazine? I'll try and get rid of the rest of these. No. So you see I just gassed it up there and yeah. Something weird is going on with this mag. I'm not sure. And no one can blame the propane. I'm using green gas. very weird. I'm hoping, and when I bought this I was hoping that it runs on Marui mags. But we can test that in just a second. Let's just see if we can get rid of... We managed to get rid of the last few BBs. Now what we're going to do is I have some 5.1 mags, which are Marui mags. I'm hoping this thing is compatible. They go in, they lock back. The magazine's empty. They're both empty. What's going on here? We've got purging valves in the Maruis, but they do spit when they're full. There we go. So we'll first use one for dry firing. And it loves, absolutely loves a Marui mag. I was going to buy some spare mags that were the Arcturus ones, and I'm glad I didn't, because this magazine is, let's be PG here, poo-poo. Now, we're going to fill this Marui mag up. Marui Hi-Capa mags now, these days, are so easy to find, and they're very inexpensive. Like most of the time I see shops selling these for like 25, 30 quid. I think that's what these were costing overseas, and this one is heavy. I'd probably say maybe the same weight, but one thing I will say about the Arcturus magazines, if you see this here, we've got mag catches on both sides, and what that means is we can probably reverse the magazine catch on the other side. Now, if we're using Marui mags, we can't do that. But if I get through this full Marui mag without running out of chuff, then that's what I'm going to be running it on. So here we go. We'll get the chrono out as well, see if there's a difference. So we set to 0.25s again. 0.944. 0.912. 0.91. 0.925. 0.905. 0.886. 0.878, 0.882, 0.926. There's a bit of fluctuation there. It went down, it came back up. However, let's dump this mag and see if the Arcturus Osprey will do a full mag on a Marui mag. So here we go. Absolutely no drama whatsoever. So that is what I'm going to be running it on. I've got a bunch of these now. Obviously the 5.1s will go in. The 4.3s and stuff that I bought for the DOR won't work because they're not long enough. What? I think I'm being stupid there. So maybe the 4.3s will work. I think, to be honest, I think they're the same mag, aren't they? It's me being stupid. They're the same magazine. They're just slightly shorter, so they hold less rounds, but they'll still work. And, you know, the smaller mags, which are still 5.1 mags. Again, guys, I know I messed up there. I've spent the last 5 days building the new Jaeger impacts, and I'm that tired that it's finally getting to me, obviously. But the normal 5.1 mag, not the 4.3, just the short ones, you can fire it so quick. But, however, you might say, well, I have like Hi-Capa mags, but I have the Army Armament ones. Do they work? So let's give them a go. Let's charge this thing up. This is the one from the RWA Sandhawk, which I bought not long ago. So this is an Army mag with the T8 rubber. Will this one work? Goes in, locks in place. Perfect. I mean, that mag, these are heavy, but that mag works. So just to show I'm not talking out my arse here, now this mag might show me up, but we're going to put some more gas in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roughly about what I put in the Marui mag. How many shots can we get out of it? So there seems to be some mag. We've seen this in other guns. It could be bad fill valves. They look Marui spec. We can test that now. Let's give it a go. This man always talks about Marui. Marui this, Marui that. Well, come on guys, it just fucking works. So, excuse my French. If your young children are watching, I apologise. I have a bit of a potty mouth. I do try and rein it in, but we'll pull this mag out, this valve out. Let's see what's going on. It looks Marui spec. If Arcturus have made this gun Marui spec, it's probably one of the best things they could have done. So it has a really long valve. It does look ported. Now, I have here, this is a Tokyo Marui valve. It's a brand new one. Can we thread this in? Is it the same thread? It feels the same thread. So yeah, Marui spec threads on the valves. Let's try and gas this up now. All we've done is change the valve out. It's purging. And it's spitting when it's full. Right, if this magazine now works, the problem with this gun, for some reason, is the valves. Now, a lot of companies get the valves wrong. And this one's for all the haters out there that say I don't know what we're talking about. So if this does work, don't let me down. But all we did is we took the valve out, we put a Marui one in. So, magazine isn't bad, the inlet valves are bad. And still, I don't know how companies can't get this right. But the intention was there because obviously the valve is Marui spec. It's a purging valve. I think something's going on there where it's just not letting, it's purging, but it's not letting the gas into the magazine. Now I'm going to remove this Marui valve because these are spares that I use for jobs like converting Toxicant XM5 magazines. It's going to be an interesting story on that soon. So, pistol seems to be very good. The magazine seems to be fine. The inlet valve, bad juju. So, it's nice that it's something simple. Now, I just shop around. Recently, I went to CRW Airsoft, which is a... CRW Airsoft used to be in Hong Kong, and he now runs CRW Airsoft over here in the UK. I think he's down in London. So whenever he's got Marui valves in there, I basically go on there and buy as many as I can. But, to be honest with you, I wouldn't fart around with that magazine. I'd just go buy some Marui. I love these chrome stainless mags that Marui do. Go run it on Marui mags. And honestly, I'm really excited to use this. The Osprey 5-inch RMR combo, or red dot combo, from Arcturus shows very good promise. It's very, very snappy. The gun will cycle faster than your finger can pull it. I'm trying. It's not got much recoil, more than I thought it would, but it's not really what it's designed for. So what I will do now, obviously I've had a play with it. The red dot's half decent. It's not the best, but it's half decent. It works with Marui mags. It works with Army mags. Now, a lot of people are running staccatos nowadays, me included, which means I've got an absolute shed ton of these hanging around. I'm starting to get back into the Hi-Capa trend. I did this decades ago, and I went silly with Hi-Capas. back when Elite Shooting Centre was around, for those that know. But yeah, we'll whack this in there. I'm going to go away and have a look at the manual anyway and just see what's what with all those spare parts. Said it came with a spring, but it didn't. They're saying, actually says here, actually, high compatibility, 60% parts or 100% assembly is compatible with TM Hi-Capa. I'm not sure what exactly that means. Fixed barrel, unmatched accuracy, 85% accuracy at 30 on 30 centimeters target at 30 meters. High speed cycling. Tunable airflow timing with adjustable blowback housing. So I'll have to have a read about that. External hub hook seems to work just fine. Fixed mounted optics. It comes with the adapters. It comes with everything that you need to put whatever you want on it. But if I was you, I'd pick up the one that comes with the red dot. Saves you a bit of money. And 40% superior gas efficiency. That probably means the gun and not the magazine. So that's the only thing that lets it down. But I really do like this. It's very comfortable. Easy to manipulate. You know, on the fly, if you're shooting, whether you're in CQB or outdoors, and you need a bit more hop, you just give that a little turn. You can literally put your finger on it and just turn it slightly like that. So really easy, adjustable. We're going to have to wait and see when we get back to the range videos. They are coming. This has been a long video, too long already. But there's the Arcturus Osprey Hi-Capa gas blowback pistol. I'm quite impressed with what I see. Just, you know, they've got 95% of the way there, and then they've got the valve wrong. So for some reason it filled okay in the beginning, and then afterwards, and you saw that, I'm filling it from the same kind of green gas. You'll see that when we change the valve out, all of a sudden we cured all our problems. So take from that what you will. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this Arcturus Osprey. I think it's cool. It's my first Arcturus replica that I've seen. Maybe if Arcturus see this and they want to, you know, get in contact with me, and I'll have a look at the other pistols that they do in the Hi-Capa range. But who knows? Strange things have happened. So get involved in the Jaeger Precision community with the Discord link in the description below. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below what you think. But from me and Bench, we'll be seeing you in the next one.